Okay, greetings YouTube land. Welcome back to another Lord of the Rings video. I'm here joined by my very good friend Sean. He's giving this game a try. It's really not his thing, but we'll see. Hopefully, and hopefully not too long, he'll kind of warm up to it. Want to say something, Sean?
Yo.
Okay, so yeah, he's getting out of the introduction area right now, which is the prologue. Okay, I'm not showing myself either again because I just want the full game to kind of show, but eventually I'll pop myself back on again. But anyways, I've advanced a lot since you last saw in that live stream. I feel like even in the live streams it doesn't do this game justice, because it's even at 1440p it still pixelates when moving around, but when stationary it looks much better. It doesn't pixelate, I guess, too terribly bad, but it's just it still doesn't compare to if I was just recording it, not live streaming it. So anyways, as you can see, I am level 20 and I have earned the title of the Undying, which what that means is you have reached 20th level without being defeated in battle, or in other words being killed. So I was in the Prancing Pony back here in Bree. I was turning in a quest to the barkeeper there, or the innkeeper there, and I noticed that one of the it looked like there were like 2 or 3 minstrels in there for some reason, but one of the minstrels in there was a minstrel trainer actually, had a quest for me, and he sent me to this other guy, and this is the quest I have. It's called A Song for the Company, and I guess I can just briefly read it, where it says here, do I have to make this bigger? Okay, here we go. Help Leland Underhill. What is there a background to this? Okay, so I guess it won't. Okay, well here. Leland Underhill is probably at the west gate of the town of Bree, which is where I am right now, about to set out for the hideout of some brigands. Piper Prescott was the guy's name. The other, I guess he's like the head minstrel or something of that place. I don't know, but okay, he's a renowned minstrel. Okay, Piper Prescott, a renowned minstrel, has asked you to help Leland Underhill and compose a song about your experience to sing in the common room of the Prancing Pony. How about that? I really wish I had recorded shots of the Prancing Pony, because inside and even just outside, I mean, looking into the town of Bree, it looks beautiful. Like you could see the smoke coming out of the chimneys, and I think they did a great job of. Now keep in mind, this isn't, there's some fireworks going off. This isn't like the typical, it's not really like a remaster, or it isn't a, Diablo Resurrected, or like how Final Fantasy has come up with a remastered version where they kind of build things from the ground up. This one, they just basically took that same game, and the same game that I have played. I know I was saying like 9 or 10 years ago, but I'm thinking actually it was, because it's 2021, right? So it's actually more like 10 to 11 years ago when I last played. Rather than building the game from the ground up, just throughout the years, they've been making subtle improvements and upgrading the graphics, which is what they've done, and this is what we have so far. So long as they continue to do so, and of course I understand they can only go so far with it, but keep in mind this is a game from 2007, so for what it is, for considering that, it looks exceedingly well, and even by today's standards I still think it looks beautiful. I've said that before, but I'm going to say it again. Yeah, so I don't know how much more further they can push it without I don't know, doing something else to the core game. Already they have changed it from 32-bit client to 64-bit, so but just look at that. I mean, I still think, I know, I'll just say this, I won't say whom said it, but I'll just say it's been equated to a PS2 graphics. But I mean, I think this looks better than what PS2 looked like, and you tell me when you look at this video, guys. But anyways, we're gonna go here, and I know Sean is still working his way out of the opening crawl of the game. Let's see where he's at. Yeah, he's still in Thorin's Gate. What a great name he has, New Thalion, by the way. He is a champion, and I believe he said he was an elf. But anyways, yeah. So let's go ahead and do it. You're a minstrel. That's wonderful. I'm about to undertake a little adventure. If you want to know the truth, some no-good brigands stole something of mine. I'm going to go into the hideout to get it back. If you don't mind, I could use your help. If you want to write a song about our journey, so much the better. Let me know when you're ready, and we can teach those villains a lesson. I know what cave they're hiding in. So it's a solo quest. Can't be in a fellowship, of course. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's do it.
Hoping for some new material with which to compose a song, the minstrel Piper Prescott has recruited young blood to aid the hobbit Leland Underhill retrieve some goods stolen from him by the brigands encamped throughout Greenland.
Okay, that sounds good to me. They say that the recommended level for this is 15, so I'm 20, so hopefully this will not be exceedingly hard. As you can see, I have a little pet here. It's a green glowworm. If you've seen that previous video, which actually at this point I did not upload it yet, but I'll be uploading that one first when I was opening up those black boxes. But anyways, let's proceed.
Hello there.
The man in charge of these brigands is called Holt Anderson, and he can't get away with this. Decent folk shouldn't have to worry about their things being stolen. Keep track of what happens, Whispering, and maybe you can come up with a song that will stir the hearts of good folk and will warn villains such as these brigands not to stoop to crime. Okay, so all I have to do is protect him. Okay. Since this is not quite like a fellowship, I take it when you say protect him, it's more of just kill the brigands. I'm sure he's not going to really be doing a whole lot of damage. The whole point of this quest is really just to protect them, and I don't have to change stances to heal him. There's no need for that. Oh, these guys are giving up. Look at that. Okay, they give up. Fine. Someone needed to teach you a little courtesy. Yeah. Okay. So what happens now? I was just about to cook that roast, Holt. Oh, so they cooked his food. You see that? Belongs to us now. And no puny fellow like you can get it back. We're both puny, because we're both hobbits. And we're fighting full-grown men. I told Sean that my reasons for being a hobbit. I made myself a female hobbit and a minstrel because I wanted to. Not only do I love bard class and minstrel class ever since the Bard's Tale. You win. I can't believe it. Maybe I'll talk about that a little bit later when this quest is over. Luckily, I have some utensils with me, so he's just gonna eat it here. If you swear that you're done being a villain, I'll split the roast with you. Oh, jeez. Okay. So we'll continue with this. But I was going to say, people, my whole point of this is I'm a female hobbit. I'm short, and at first sight, when you look at me, the first thing that comes to mind, okay, hobbit, you're weakling. You're not a threat at all. And then when you find out I'm not a warrior, I'm not a warden, I'm not a mage or anything, I'm just a minstrel. I'm just a bard. I tell stories through songs. What could this female short hobbit do to us? And then I whip out my instruments and I kick ass. As you can see, I whip out my Jimi Hendrix guitar. I'm going to switch to drums though. That gives me a 5% extra damage to my music. So here we go.
Good day.
Let me just carve up the roast and then we'll be off. Let me know when you're ready to go. Okay, finish. Is that it? Instance, a song for the company. Okay, so it looks like they're all friends. Really? Are you ready to go? I'll see you out, my singing friend. Thanks again, and I hope this tale makes for a good song. That was incredibly easy, guys. I didn't even have to switch to my... I thought those guys came out to fight, but no. And by the way, that Underhill was not Frodo Baggins, because I remember he called himself Underhill, Mr. Underhill, right? But I don't know if he ever got a first name. And I've noticed quite a few folks named Underhill in this game, so must be a popular last name. Okay, so it is time to get back to talk to Piper Prescott, and you're gonna have a look inside of the Prancing Pony, and just looking at this view already is absolutely incredible. Okay, and here we go. I heard that there is a way to walk, but I really don't think so. I don't ever remember there being a way to walk. Great shadows, and I'll switch to first person, why not? And you'll be seeing things literally in first person from the perspective of a hobbit. As you can see, everything looks lower, you know, because my height is low down, so it's not like I go into first person and suddenly it's like I'm seeing as if through the eyes of a full-grown human. No, it literally, everything is like, you know, even this chair is taller than me, you know, because it's you know, acting accordingly to my race. So I really, really like that. Really nice. Look at that. Oh, and I like this shot right here, going down the hall. Nice shadowing and lighting. So really not bad at all, guys. Give this a chance. And just look at that. Look at how the different levels of the lighting is here in this shot here. You know, it's brighter here up front where the torches are, and where the candles, and then as we get further back, oh, Barber, hey. Further back into the corner, it's not as bright. So different levels of lighting. It's incredible, and it's much more brighter, you know, near the fireplace around that area. Anyways, let's head back to Mr. Prescott and see what's up. The deed is done.
I'm gonna go.
You're gonna go?
Yeah,
Did you get out of the place?
not yet.
Oh, jeez. Are you lost?
No, it's
Well-
just taking a while.
It's taking. It shouldn't take that long. It should be done like in like 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. Something
Are
is
you
wrong.
sure?
You should be able to just blow through that like really quick. That's just an intro.
I mean, I keep on getting quests unless I've been done.
No, you can come. Those quests should take you like 10 minutes, and you should be out of there like super
I mean-
quick. But it shouldn't take that long.
I think. Are you sure?
I'm positive. It's okay. It's okay. I think maybe you just have to get used to.
No, it's just a lot of walking. So it's taking forever.
Huh. That's interesting.
I've not died.
But that's good. That's a good sign. Sean is on his way to be getting the Undying title. Now I know now Sean says it's not really his game, but like I said, wouldn't it just be amazing if he got the Undying title? I really feel this is something that you would also excel in too, Sean, because you're really, really great at completing these achievements, like in Diablo 3. You know how you were pointing out all those achievements and stuff, and you were really good at it, even though it didn't really necessarily contribute to the season. You just still did it. You know what I mean? To get the achievement points. So this has just a crap load of achievements. So I really feel as if, you know, when you hit that Shift L and look at all those deeds, they're called in here, deeds, achievements. It's plentiful, and you're actually getting something out of it. There's either titles, gear, weapons, renown, different types of currency. There's different kinds called like marks, and then tokens and silver tokens, steel tokens. So you get all sorts of things, and you get the LoTRO points, which is the points to use in the LoTRO store. So all those add up, you know, hundreds and hundreds of those. That adds up to, you know, hundreds and hundreds of points as well. Most likely into the thousands, you know, as many as there are. So I have a feeling you're going to really like that aspect of it, Sean. At least I'm hoping. You're kind of getting the hang of it?
Yeah, but I just don't find it very entertaining.
Oh, yeah, I understand. This is the beginning of it, guys, and that's the problem that a lot of folks who might be new to this may not. It is a slow burn game, especially for the younger generation too. Where it's more of like a fast paced thing and more quick and action packed. This is an old school game, hence it follows old school rules of an RPG. So again, it's off camera dice rolls. It's getting into a fellowship or a group of people and kind of performing a role like a healer and a tank and stuff like that, and not having to run around a lot during combat. You just kind of literally like a D&D campaign. And I know written on paper and hearing that, it sounds very unappealing, but it's something that can be much greatly appreciated, or even be appreciated when it happens, like when it's happening, during the moment of it, and when it begins, and as you start doing it and you start doing it more, that kind of stuff goes away. You know what I mean? You start looking past the things, the shortcomings that you found about the game, and you're just living for everything else about it. It's just a fun game. It's fun to play. Story is pretty good, and a lot of side quests and achievements. There's always something for everyone. You can be a crafter and just literally, this is like the epitome of a role-playing game, yet it's an MMO. They don't make MMOs quite like this, not anymore, so anyways, yeah, I'll continue recording. And you said you're gonna go, Sean?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if if you want to continue tomorrow, or even if I'm not on, continue just to at least get past that point.
Well, I'll be getting my Xbox tomorrow.
Oh, really? It's a new
Yeah.
Xbox. I take it then you're going to be focused on that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. You might forget all about this game. But hopefully don't delete it, keep it on.
Like,
Huh?
I won't delete it. But it's like, yeah, there's, going into these RPGs, it's that, I don't know, I've been trying not to, like, juggle so many games at once. Because it's like, this is definitely one of those games where you could easily put in, like, hundreds and hundreds of hours.
Okay, so you're
really gotta...
Good, you're seeing it, okay.
Yeah, and it's like, you gotta be able to, really focus. It's like whenever, it's like jumping back into, like, say a game of Skyrim, like a year later, you're like, okay, what was I doing?
Right. And
you
once
almost kind of want to just start a new character or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I know. This is why I'm glad I record my footage, because I can kind of watch back the most recent thing and kind of skim through it, and then, I remember, and I hop back in the game, and I pick up with my Let's Plays. But yeah, I understand what you mean, and you get invested in the story and the characters and your own character that you're playing. So, yeah. I mean, I hope... I guess it's really too early to say, but would you say you kind of got the hang a little bit of the combat and how that works, with your skills, and it's not just auto attack? Okay, so that's at least good. And you want to mess around with it on your hotbar. You want to put certain skills in certain order, and you want to push one to put the ones that, the way I do it in many cases, I put the ones in the like from 1, 2, 3, the more on the left side of the hotbar, the ones that have a longer cooldown. You know what I mean? And then the further down the hotbar go, to 8, 9, 0, and then the minus and all that. I also put the ones that go quicker. Not only that, but the ones that don't have a lot of range. Like as we get close, it's my melee attack, where it's not the auto attack, but it literally is called Dissonant Strike, and it is a power attack. The range of that is 3.5. I have another thing here that has a range. It's really short also. If I could, where is it? Oh, because I switched to, okay, if I switch stance to this, to melody stance, it switches, see? That goes to a 5.2 range. From things that are like 45 meters going down to like 12.2 and then 3.5, meters. So you'll learn all about that, how to do that. But I'm pretty sure you're going to be occupied with your new Xbox. What is the latest Xbox now? What is that called?
The Series X.
Series X. I never knew anything about that. I
Yeah,
just knew
yeah,
there's Xbox One.
Yeah,
the
they're
one that
trying.
was-
Yeah, the whole naming stuff is like all weird. It's because they're trying to get to the point where the Xbox doesn't have a name. They just say it's the Xbox. They just
Oh,
that's just they want the
And-
way they want it.
And they
What-
messed that up already because the first Xbox was called Xbox.
Yeah.
You know? So they have to say something to differentiate itself from that, right?
Yeah. So
Oh,
now
jeez.
it's just it's series. So
Yeah.
instead of the one, it's series, which is
Gotcha.
weird.
So
And
Go
they
ahead.
have like the same naming scheme, whereas before you had the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X to
Yeah,
differentiate
gotcha.
between like the lower level machines and the
Yeah.
more powerful ones.
How far back then is Xbox One? Because I think that's the one that came out after Xbox 360, and then came Xbox
Yeah.
One. So that's
Okay,
quite some years
the-
ago.
Yeah, the way it works is like the launch Xbox One, which is
Mhm.
just called the Xbox One.
I
That
see.
was back in 2013,
Oh,
and
okay.
and then they launched the Xbox One S, which is it's a slim model.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same performance as the launch Xbox, except it had a 4K Blu-ray drive, and it could
I see.
upscale to 4K.
Oh, hey, okay.
I mean, it still looks pretty much the same. It's just it's able to output to a 4K TV and upscale it, which is
Yeah.
kind of nothing.
Mm.
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
it's able to do the resolution at least, and it's
Yeah.
able to do like HDR and all that stuff.
Okay.
And then
That's good.
and then the One X is the actual like kind of half generation upgrade
Mm-hmm.
that was able to do not exactly 4K. I mean, depending on the game. Some games it could do actual 4K, but most of the time it was just like upscaled 4K. Or like
Yeah.
not upscaled as in the 1S upscaling. Upscaled in as in it would be some weird number in between 1080p and 4K. Like 1440p.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
upscaling that, and then upscaling that to 4K.
Okay. Okay.
So in theory, it's a higher resolution, but not exactly 4K.
Mm. Okay.
And then now the new consoles. You have the Series S, which is some
Jesus.
weird homunculus. It has no disc drive, and it's $300.
Humunculus. That's funny. There's a what is it? A legendary, or I think they're called unique item, but legendary like from D3. But D2, Diablo 2, there's an item, a necromancer weapon called the Humunculus. It like goes on your offhand. But yeah, it's quite
It's
powerful.
like it's no disc drive, and technically speaking,
Mm.
like the GPU in
Mm.
it
Mhm.
is less powerful than the One X, but the CPU is more powerful.
Mm.
But it's intended to be more of a 1080p machine
I see.
and like a 1440p machine. So it's running the games in theory at a lower resolution than like the One X, but at higher frame rates.
I see. Okay.
So it's a smoother machine, like a
Hey.
smoother experience, and it's able to play the new games like Cyberpunk and whatnot.
I see. And I take it you got yourself a game to go along with the new system?
Yeah, I'm getting the Game Pass.
Oh, okay. So you can play like whatever, any amount of game. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like we're not going to be seeing you in a while. You'll be on that, and I will not expect you to come back for this in quite some time, and maybe even at all. But I hope you do decide to come back to us someday, you know, and have a chance to play with my brother and Aligar and myself when we're in a, you know, fellowship.
Yeah.
But
I
okay,
mean,
yeah,
I won't completely disappear. It's
okay,
like I will be checking out the Xbox.
sure.
I got the whole thing where it's like $35 a month for it,
Oh,
for
hey,
the whole
okay.
all access thing.
Well, you know, I gotta say, even if you do disappear for a while, I understand all about that. You know, when I get caught up into a game, so I completely understand that. Like when I
Yeah.
get lost in Tamriel, whether it's in Skyrim or Morrowind, you know, Elder Scrolls 3 or Elder Scrolls Online, um, you may not see me for a while. You know, I'll be there. And right now, my residence is here in Middle Earth. Matter of fact, when I was playing last night, I had Lord of the Rings Extended Edition playing on the right screen as I was playing. You know, I had it very low volume, but, you know, just to kind of get more into the mood.
Yeah, I do want to pick up those Lord of the Rings 4Ks
Ah,
eventually, but I'm not paying $80 for them.
no, absolutely not.
Like maybe if you're a real big fan,
Mm,
but to me, I'm waiting till they're like, about 20 a piece
yeah, yeah,
or a little less.
right.
And that's the thing, those sets don't even come with any special features. It's just the
Oh,
movies.
forget that. No. Yeah,
So you're paying almost $30 a piece with no special
for
features.
for me, I got the extended edition of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the one where
Yeah,
it came in the magnet
yeah,
box
that's
thing.
that's what I have. I got that
Yeah, and
like
all I
a
need
while back,
is
but the thing is the case is broken. I think
okay.
I showed you.
Yeah, yeah, and you know there was a Hobbit one, the Hobbit trilogy that was like that, but it was like limited, I guess. So they no longer
I
make
think
that.
it's limited to the UK. That's the only place I've seen it.
They had it at Target, but that was many, 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 many years ago, and I took a pass on that, thinking it will always, you know, be there.
Yeah,
But apparently they discontinue it in that style. I still would like to get it, even if it's not in that format, even if it's just a regular flimsy slip box that it comes in, just to have it, you know. And I'm gonna
yeah,
settle on the Blu-ray of that, just you know, to go alongside my Lord of the Rings trilogy.
yeah. I got the 3D editions
Oh,
that have
very
the
nice.
extended cuts on them.
Mm,
Yeah, those are real nice. They got the thick cardboard sleeves on them
yeah,
with lenticulars.
yeah, really nice. Okay, my brother, I'm gonna get back to this quest, and I'm gonna let you go to sleep.
Yeah,
Okay, so you know, I don't know, I'll say I hope you kind of enjoyed it a little bit, but at the same time, I'm sorry if you didn't, you know. And, but I do hope you do
it's all
give it a
right.
chance. You may. Oh, that you know what? That is an improvement of your attitude towards it. It's all saying it's all right compared to you know how it was
Yeah, I
before. I'll
mean,
take it. That's good.
it's decent. It's just not my thing.
Gotcha. Okay. And you know, hopefully, you know, as if you do come back to it and you get out of that intro thing that should have only taken like 10 minutes. I don't know what happened there. It's not. You're not even into the core game yet. Um, and then so we can't get together yet until you get to that point. And then when we play as a group, and then we can start doing skirmishes and raids and stuff like that. I think it would be quite fun. You know what I mean? And we'll see, like, give another judgment on what you think of it.
Yeah.
You know, but that's gonna be like what 5-10 years later. But, you know, 10 years later you'll come back to it to get out of the intro.
Yeah, maybe it'll be a full remake by then.
Ooh, well, you know, they totally stopped. I think Amazon was supposed to make some kind of MMO. Was it Amazon? I think it
Yeah,
was,
I
you know.
think so. But I
But
think that
it's
was completely different from the.
from this, completely different
Yeah.
from this. And guess what? It doesn't matter anymore. It's abandoned.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You know, it probably would have been way different. I mean, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, just you can improve upon it. But I mean, this to me, it's still a fantastic game. You know, it's remember. Have you seen me play the game Brogue? You go ahead and look it up on my channel. You see Brogue. It is.
I think I have, but again, I think that's
It's a shit game looking, right? I mean, when you look at it, it's you
See,
want to
I
know what your
don't
character looks
consider
like?
it. I don't consider it like bad looking though, because it's like intentionally made to look. Isn't that a text-based game?
Kind of like a text. Yeah, you're an at symbol. That is your character.
Yeah, but I
You
don't.
know,
That is very specifically
it is.
stylized.
I
Whereas this, even with the style, it
I understand. I
looks
understand.
outdated.
Okay,
Like
but when I'm that's not my
it's
point.
like me saying Cuphead looks bad just because it
Yeah.
looks like it's from the 40s.
No, no.
When that's
I,
like it's it's the completely intended
but
style.
of course. But my point is this: if I play something like Brogue, you know, then I don't place graphics over gameplay. I go by the gameplay is what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to compare that. Well, of course it's meant to look old. I'm just saying, if I play something like Brogue, or if I play, I'm trying to think, like Zork, which is totally just a text game, text-based game. I go by, the gameplay, the content,
like,
not just the graphics.
The difference is like those games, because of the way they look, they kind of stand the test of time because you can still make games that look like that, and they don't.
Absolutely.
It's kind of impossible to make them.
I think you should kind of watch this video that I'm recording right now and just kind of look, doing this whole part where we're talking. I'm spinning the camera and looking around, and if after you see that you tell me it still looks like, oh, this is the worst graphics I've seen, it's absolute shit, Fal. This is just shit graphics. The lighting is shit. Then I understand.
It's not the worst I've ever seen, but it definitely looks like a 10-year-old game.
Yeah, or I think your words were, I'll say it now, it looks like a PS2 game or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a late PS2 game that got an HD remaster.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Go look up those HD remasters of PS2 games that were on the PS3, like Ratchet and Clank remaster. That's what it looks like.
Okay.
Or like Jack and Daxter remaster.
But again, I know you mentioned like with Ratchet and Clank, or Cuphead, it has its style. It's meant to look like that. Well, in a way.
Yes, but then compare. But then compare the Ratchet and Clank PS2
of course, but what I wanted to say though is you can look upon this when you look at this. This is its style. This is its own kind of style because they have been upgrading it, and this is what they're able to do with it. You know what I mean? So, which is quite impressive.
Yeah, but my issue is a lot of it is the modeling, and it's stuff that's really out of the control of the game. So what I'm trying to say is like Ratchet and Clank. You mentioned the Ratchet and Clank game has style, but if you compare the HD remaster of Ratchet and Clank on the one they did of the PS2 that's on the PS3, and then compare that and then compare that remaster to the actual full-blown remake of Ratchet and Clank they did on PS4. Worlds different, yet it's not that Ratchet and Clank game on PS4. It doesn't look like Last of Us because it's not going for the realism angle, but it looks very good graphically.
Absolutely, I got you.
Like you can see like the fur, and like there's very good lighting and modeling, and like
absolutely. I'll just go by again. It is still the main importance is the gameplay. You know what I mean? Coupled with what they were able to do with the graphics, and that's the thing that really makes this game fun. To be quite honest, and then being able to play together. I guess
think of it this way. Like you mentioned, Far Cry, and like Far Cry 3. I mean, that's actually an 8-year-old game. That Far Cry 3.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. That's crazy to me because I remember first playing that. And I don't know. In a lot of ways, it does look dated. But
you still like the game.
At least for me, I love the gameplay
because it's so fun.
So maybe that could be a way for you to empathize because I know you didn't really care for it.
Yeah, I mean, I still played it. I don't. It isn't my favorite type of genre. You know what I mean? And I've played, what was it, 4 and 5 with you, and it's fun. It's a fun. It is a fun game, and I enjoyed it. But my genre, my favorite genre is RPGs.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Which that's why I'm like, maybe you'll enjoy Assassin's Creed, but again, don't go into Assassin's Creed expecting like the Lord of the Rings game, because it's
No.
not, or even ESO, it's more action
It
oriented.
is more action oriented. Yeah, and I'm still okay with that. You know, like I said, I do play D3 or Skyrim.
Expect
action.
something more like Witcher 3.
Like Witcher 3, I've played, and I've conquered that game. I've beaten that game. I've beaten, what was it? I can't remember the first DLC, and then the other one was like Blood and Wine. That one I'm still in the middle of, but I beat the core game. I beat the first expansion, which for some reason I can't remember what it was
I think
called.
it's called like Heart of Stone, maybe.
Heart of Stone. That's probably what I beat that, whatever that was. And then I'm in the middle of Blood and Wine. So yeah. And I absolutely enjoyed Witcher. I thought it was great. I mean, the only thing was, I really wish I could have created my character, but then again, that would completely change the whole narrative and your place in the world of Temeria. But yeah, it's still great. Still a great game.
And I would say Odyssey is more... It does a lot of what Witcher 3 does.
Odyssey? Or is that Assassin's Creed thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Which I want to say for the record, thank you again for gifting that to me. It was Sean who gifted me that game, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. But with Odyssey, you gotta... that one it's definitely going to be more like Witcher, but and it's like you said, in Odyssey you don't make your character, though you do get the choice between a female and a male. So I would that's also going to be my advice. I would advise you to do Cassandra, the female.
Okay.
Because within the lore of Assassin's Creed, she is the technically canon, like in the official timeline of the story, she is canon, and you can kind of tell. The voice acting on her is, in my opinion, much better than the voice acting on the male.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that.
I think it's the exact same dialogue between the two.
But the girl put more emotion into it, eh? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
but then again, that's the thing. I don't know if it's really a spoiler, because again, I don't know if it's really a spoiler, if I should even mention it. Do you care?
Don't say I may care. I want everything to be a surprise when I play that.
Yeah.
And I'll do like a first impressions video of it. I just have to I'm invested in this right now, and then I got to make room.
Exactly, that's my point.
That.
It's a lot being invested in one game at a time, and you don't really want to just go out and then have to, invest in another game immediately.
Absolutely, yeah. Again, I do hope you come back to this, though. At least get out of that intro and come play with us for a little while. After of course, I understand it could take at least maybe a month or so, because you're going to be invested in that. And that's perfectly cool, and I completely understand about getting lost in a fantasy world,
Yeah. And how since Xbox owns Bethesda now, all those
all the
Bethesda
stuff
games,
is all going to be
on
just
Game Pass.
Yeah, but not only that, but I think things are exclusive. The Elder Scrolls stuff is now exclusive to the console.
No, it's we don't know anything about Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh, okay.
Who even knows when the hell that's coming out? There are a lot of people speculating.
Okay, I thought I saw videos or something about that.
Yeah, there are people speculating that it could be an exclusive, but not console exclusive. Xbox doesn't do console exclusives; they do platform exclusives, meaning it'll be exclusive to Windows and Xbox.
I see. Windows on PC.
Yeah.
Oh, so not on Steam.
No, it might be on Steam.
Oh, I see.
I believe The Medium and Forza Horizon 4 are on Steam. Those are Microsoft games.
Got it. Okay.
it did take a while for Forza Horizon 4 to come to Steam, but I think that's more of a thing where they've been trying to get people to use the Microsoft Store and they just haven't.
Oh, jeez.
So recently they've been putting them on Steam like day and date, like
Okay.
like the Medium that came out a couple months ago. That is an Xbox
I
game,
see.
and that's on Steam.
Okay.
So it'll probably, well, that's another thing. Fallout 76 didn't come to Steam until like a year later, if I remember correctly. Wasn't Fallout 76 like exclusive to the Bethesda,
Yeah, it was.
to their launcher? I don't know
Yeah.
if they're still doing that. People were pissed about that.
Yeah.
Because the launcher, it's just like, we don't need another one.
And they were pissed at the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when the whole Doom Eternal
Mm-hmm.
came out, people were pissed. Is like, why do I need to use the Bethesda launcher for this game? Why
Yeah.
can't I just, like, it's like, I have this launcher just for this one game.
Right.
And that's annoying with Red Dead, at least for me. Even though Red Dead's on Steam, I bought it on their launcher just so I could have it a month early.
Right. Oh, jeez.
The shame.
Yeah.
That's why I refuse to buy, make an Epic account, because
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah, I'm drawing the line at
Well-
with all the different launchers. And with Epic, it's
I'm okay
all
with
they
it.
really-
You know, I like the free games that they give, you know.
That's the
They're
thing,
okay. They're
it's-
free, you know, so
that's the thing, they're buying you out, man.
it's okay.
They-
I don't have a loyalty to... I guess I don't get too much into... You know, it's...
To me, it's like, you know, for every launcher you have open, it's like more resources and it's like more stuff you gotta track.
But see, that's the thing.
And
I don't open all my launchers up at once.
Well, that's the thing. It's something you have to track now, and it's at least when I
That's
have
not
like
bad.
Uplay in Origin, it's like, okay, all my Ubisoft games are through Uplay, all my EA games are through Origin, but through Epic, it's like, okay, they have Metro and then like Control, all these random games.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, great. So I'm gonna have this random launcher that is objectively worse than Steam in every way, just to play these very specific games. And it's like, to me, it's just like, why don't? That's one of the reasons why games like Control, I've just decided to buy those on console, because it's like, I don't need this. It's like,
Yeah.
like that's why people enjoy Steam. It's a very well-made, very much established
Yeah. Absolutely.
service. Whereas if you go on Epic, it's like, that's another thing. You got to transfer all your friends from Steam over to Epic,
Oh.
and then you also have two different wish lists. It's all this different you have to manage.
But that's the thing. I don't with the Epic. I don't do any of that. You know, with the friends list or transfer anything. I have the games there, and then when I want to play it, I install that. You know, that game.
That's the thing. That's what Epic is trying to do. Is they're trying to become a replacement.
Yeah. Okay. But you know.
And that's the thing, that
That's
they're
fine.
not doing anything to actually. Their idea is to just, oh, if we keep buying out every studio, and are like, hey, we will give you like $3 million if you make your game exclusive to our platform. And then the studio's like, sure, whatever. And then it's like, what the hell? They'd rather just be bought out and like take the hit, or
Yeah.
like theoretical hit in player base. I don't know, it's annoying to me. They think they can just become the better platform by paying money rather than actually making the platform better.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
It's like if, say, like a console, say, let's say the Xbox was just complete garbage. Like, like the console is like runs like absolute trash, and the UI is terrible. It's worse in every single way from every single like other machine that you could buy, and like say games cost more, and like maybe there's not even a friend system. So
Oh, jeez.
just
Yeah.
imagine just imagine like the worst possible thing. Now also imagine like they just buy out Bethesda and they make all their games exclusive to that console. So so now to play Elder Scrolls 6, you gotta buy this complete trash console just to
jeez.
play, you know, the game that you want to play.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay.
And it's like they think, well, we're not gonna spend any of this money to actually make this, you know, our service, you know, usable.
Right.
We're just gonna use all this money to force you to use this platform if you want to play the games that you want. You know, that's kind of why I don't like Epic.
Okay. Well, see,
Yeah,
I believe I played Batman Arkham Asylum or Arkham, that one, and I have that on Epic, and I did a first impressions video of it, and that's really the extent. It's not like something, to be quite honest, even though I don't use Facebook a whole lot, I do, use it, I'll say, I guess, more often than not, but I feel like I use Facebook a lot more than Steam when it comes to, like, I guess, socializing, right? I mean, I don't put up pictures of events necessarily. It's just gaming stuff. And,
yeah, but even then.
But even with Steam, I don't interact so much doing the friend thing, or
Well, it works a little different. So say you are playing a multiplayer game in Steam. You want to be able to have those friends connected in there because then you can easily invite them to games.
I see. Okay.
Anything like that, or else you just straight up can't do that, and just makes it annoying because it's like, okay, now I gotta like refill my friends list on this new platform just to play these games with my friends. Especially if you're like me.
I'm a loser. I don't have. No, I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't have, 15 friends or 20 friends I play with. Honestly, it's a very small, tight-knit group, and a lot of them are from people from either Facebook or, you guys, people from the guild that I would play with. And to be quite honest, there's really maybe 3 or 4 people that I consistently play with, and that includes you. You know what I mean? And like Alagon, my brother, and and other people that from like Facebook that I interact with that game, even though like something with Skyrim, like the mod authors, there's a few of them that I'm friends with that I talk to about the mods, but they don't really play MMOs, they play Skyrim and do mods for that, so that's why I can't really play games with them.
I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like a couple friends on Steam that I play with, and then I have a couple friends on my PlayStation that I play with. But again, it's all like the people I play. I don't play that much online on my PlayStation. It's mostly stuff like Rock Band, and I met a couple people through like Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, hey. Okay.
And that's it.
Ghost of Tsushima, that's the one you were telling me earlier, right? With the different stances?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that any relation to... There's a game called Tenchu on original PlayStation from back in the 90s.
Nah.
Oh, nothing to do with that.
No real relation. It's a new IP.
Okay. You probably don't know what Tenshu is. It might have been way before your time,
No.
but yeah, it's called Tenshu. Okay, okay.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is really good, and that's a game that has a lot of style, and it's whenever I will say, I mean, you might be like, well, hell, this looks amazing, but you know, if I'm comparing like the game to like Last of Us,
Mm-hmm.
which I mean, to me, Last of Us 2 is kind of like the the peak. Like it's like, to me, it's the best, like, you know, facial animation, foliage animation, just like
Nice,
the best actual graphics I've seen in a game.
nice.
So if I'm comparing that to Ghost of Tsushima, which looks great, you can see like, oh, the facial animations don't look as good or and stuff like this, but it's like it's already a super stylized game. It's very, very high contrast because it's mimicking those like kind of old Japanese movies. There's
Right.
even a black and white filter in
Oh,
the
hey.
game
Nice.
called Kurosawa mode.
Mm-hmm. Kurosawa mode. Okay. Akira
Yeah.
Kurosawa. Very nice.
And yeah. And there is one of the like game like graphic systems they have in the game is the foliage that it where it's kind of like there's so much foliage on screen to like it's over the top.
Oh, jeez.
So I should show you like a couple videos on it where you're like on your horse and you're, you know, riding through all the through the fields, and there's so much grass it's like interacting with the wind. That's another thing. There's no checkpoint like waypoint system in the game. You know
Mhm.
how like usually in games you have either a compass at the top of the screen or a mini
Right.
map.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of that. It's you use the wind to guide you.
Oh, that's just wonderful.
Yeah, so you just follow the wind. The wind will point you to your destination.
Oh, it's great. That's certainly different.
Yeah. And see, they put a lot of thought, and that's very stylized, even though it's not like, you know, if you zoom in on the grass, you're gonna start seeing like pixels and whatnot. It's not
Sure.
like perfect, but it's very stylized and done in a very specific way,
Mm-hmm.
so that it looks very, very good. And there's a
Okay.
lot, and they do a lot with like blood physics,
Oh, nice.
so that whenever you slice people in certain ways, you can see the blood splatter on the ground in specific directions.
Oh, God.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should probably go.
Okay. I've been putting I just was out here killing things at the same time. I've been putting the Minstrel quest that I started at the beginning of this on hold. That whole time.
Yeah.
So I haven't proceeded with that. So it's just like at the end of it to complete it. But you know, there's a little story I guess he has to tell. So I do kind of want to
Yeah.
see how that ends. But also,
Yeah, sorry for
no. I'm glad.
messing up
This
your-
is
messing
so
up your
awesome. It is never a mess
recording.
up. This is always my let me put it this way. Like Gandalf saying, how did he put it? A wizard is never late. He arrives exactly when he wants to, right? Something like that. more
what
or
he
less.
means to.
When he means to, right? So, you know, my streams and videos go exactly how they go. However way it goes is the way I mean it to go. It's, you know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. So, you know, it's never a mess up. It's very organic. It's real. This is just how I do. And I love it. I wanted to say though, if you're able with your new Xbox, maybe you could do a recording of some of these games and put them up on your channel. And
I
would
mean,
love
I
to see
did
it.
do. That's another thing. Ghost of Tsushima
Mm-hmm.
did have a little bit.
I think I saw a little bit of that
Whenever,
clip, but it was
yeah,
like really short. It's
yeah, I did that because my follower, yeah, I just finished killing all these people, and my follower did this like really weird glitch between the ground and like where they were standing, so it almost looked like they were jumping for joy.
oh okay. So that was the main focus of it. Nice. Okay.
But yeah, here, you could just watch this
Okay.
1 minute video.
After I'm
Yeah, I'm gonna
after my
just post it in
recording.
the Discord.
Okay.
It's crazy, because it's one of those, those things that these games like to do, where you're like, it's almost like you're watching a cutscene and then it just seamlessly transfers over to the real gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna proceed with this quest here. Stick around though and listen to it if you like. I mean, I'll be reading it off. So the brilliant stole Leland Underhill's lunch. Oh, that's rich. How very like a hobbit, getting all worked up about his meal. I mean, no offense, because I'm a hobbit, right? I have written down the tale exactly as you told it to me, Whispering. That's great that I documented all that. Here you go. Don't mind the smudges. They're your words, so you should be able to make them out well enough. Now jump up on one of the 3 tables in this corner of the pony and sing the song. Let's see what your audience thinks of the tale of the Leland's lunch. Okay, so jump onto the table near Piper Prescott and sing the tale of Leland's lunch. Okay, so like this table up here. How would I do it? And okay, so maybe I should switch to a lute. How do I do that? There we go. And I don't know how to play my lute. Let me look that up. To manually play lute. But anyways, I think I better go myself too. I think my brother is like knocking on my door, trying to get in. So I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna get off Discord. Sean? Okay, you have a good night then.
Right.
Okay, brother.
Good night.
See ya. Okay, guys. Give me a second. I'm gonna pause the recording. Okay, guys. It's as simple as hitting the numbers. How do I do that, though? Oh, is this the thing? You have composed a short song about Leland Underhill and his adventures to reclaim his lunch. Jump onto a table. How do I do this? Am I doing it right? I really don't get it. What do they want me to do? Oh, is this it? Is it happening now? I did it? The audience reaction is overwhelmingly positive. I didn't say anything. I didn't do any... Okay, anyways, that was it.
Hello there.
All right. Well done, Whispering. Well done. Just... Okay, good. It's recording. it is obvious that your song has been well received by the company, and I dare say you have learned a valuable lesson. Though you are a minstrel, you cannot merely observe the actions of others. While you are an active participant, Whispering, the bravery of Leland Underhill may be remembered by this company, but you and I will not forget that you too faced the brigands with him, and their blows were directed not only at the subject of the minstrel song, but at its minstrel as well. You're going to need something sturdy to protect yourself, and if you are going to be in the thick of things from now on, Whispering, with you, if you are going to be in the thick of things from now on, Whispering, okay, you had better get used to it. Excellent. Finished. I got myself a new, yeah, I got LoTRO points. How nice. How nice. Look at that. Okay. Deed completed. Got another. Okay, well that's must be the 5. And yeah, this is your developing minstrel talents have been recognized by your peers. Make it active, and here we go. I am now known as Whispering Songwriter or Song Warrior, and I really like that weapon, you know, guys. So I'm gonna, yeah, I like that. Even though it's like one less willpower, I think everything else is better, you know. And you know, with the damage. So there we go. Okay, so let's see. That might be it, guys. Yeah, I'm done. In any case, I hope you all enjoyed, and sorry for, you know, the long conversation with my very good friend Sean. You know, we had a, you know, slightly difference of opinion about RPGs, I guess, and I guess I'm just old school. But I'm glad he's somewhat warming up to it. He thought it was actually okay, whereas before he thought everything about it, I guess, was pretty bad. Equating it to, I guess, what he said, like a late PS2 game. But okay. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and see ya.